team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. 3A Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going. Fielded in the end zone. It's Simpson. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. The Wolverines offense comes onto the field for the first time today. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kirk. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. And they're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coaches told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Looking for some space. It's Haynes. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Here we go. First third down of the game. Can he make it to the marker? They stop him behind the line. That'll set up fourth down now.
That is a great job by this defense. The defensive line really taking control up front. I love how those linebackers flowed on that play. Nice tackle for a loss. It sets up a fourth down.
The Wolverines will send their punt team onto the field. Returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. The Texas Longhorns offense gets their first crack now. They will go up against a secondary curve that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys are confident in their ability to just lock down wide receivers and take away the opponent's passing game.
Seems like every year in college football, there's secondaries around the country that want to brag that they have the best group of defensive backs. I think this defense and this secondary specifically has a very strong case with what they have to work with. The question I have is, how will the offense consistently move the ball against this group today?
And completion makes it second and short. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Longhorns pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. A lot of folks look forward to the Longhorns and Wolverines last time in the Big House, but it was no contest. An early round knockout by the Longhorns. Kirk, Quinn Ewers came in there and played maybe his best game of the season, just carved them up.
Chris, I remember being up at that game early in the year last year at Ann Arbor and just being curious to see what kind of team Michigan would have after winning that national championship. And clearly they were young in some key spots. And as you said, Texas, both sides of the ball. Defense dominated the game. Ewers had a great game. Gunnar Helm had kind of a coming out party. And really you could look at this game maybe as a catalyst and a confidence builder to take the Longhorns all the way to the semifinals.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. To throw, it's Manning. Makes a quick grab. And they bring him down quickly, but that's a solid gain on the short throw. So, Kirk, we reach the end of one. So far, a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got it with room to run. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a 1st down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Handoff in a single back formation. And they've got him in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
It's a quick grab. Great defensive play, tackled quickly. Not much of a gain. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout before halftime.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. It's Manning. Pass caught. Can he get in? He will score. Touchdown, Texas. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And they've got the returner corralled. And the first play of the drive now, they're backed up at the 12-yard line. He's going to hand this off. Look out, room to run here. And he's pushed out of bounds after a short run. Not enough for a first.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. That's reeled in. It's Simpson. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Well, we're just getting started here, and already you can feel a rhythm between a quarterback and a receiver. Nice job again getting back in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw to one of his top targets.
That completion sets up a 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Grab down the middle. It's Simpson. Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The Wolverines have 1st and 10 here. Movement here from the tight end. First down, looking to throw the ball. Nice grab. It's McCulley.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Back to throw again. He escapes the pocket. Slides to avoid the big hit.
I'd really like this call by this offense on 2nd and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice first down.
Got a solid drive in the making here. First down at their own 43. And looking to throw now on first down. Oh, they trap him for a sack. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Again down now after the sack. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Running back has it on a screen now. And they bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
And the defense defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They got a little bit fooled here by the screenplay. Nice positive gain for the offense.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. Out of the gun now on third down. Let's it fly to the wideout. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
Returner decides to fair this. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Back to pass. It's Manning. Short connection to the tight end here.
That's a good job here staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second and manageable here for this offense.
Looks like the final play of the half coming up. There's the handoff. He's got room to run. And he'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the second half.
And the Wolverines will kick it deep to begin the second half. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now to begin at the 19. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Washington. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
First down and 10. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Now it's second down here. To throw, it's Manning. Short pass finds the tight end. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Third down upcoming after that completion. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking for his big tight end. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Grab down the middle. It's Klein. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And here the tight end shows off his hands game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Important third down play coming up after that completion. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. That's caught. It's Moore. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Using his legs, it's Haynes. Picks up the first, looking for more. Tackle after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the third quarter. So Texas has the lead, Kirk, as we break here for the quarter. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They're going to run it. And this time he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Defense all over him that time.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. They look to throw it here on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Simpson. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And there's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. We've reached the 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to stage a dramatic comeback and win the game late. Tight game. Final minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. They're going to run it here. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
What a play by the defense here late in the game, working with the lead. Good job of mirroring the ball carrier. Just walled him off. Nowhere for him to go before he could get out of bounds.
They come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick throw to the left. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Down by 7. They've got to convert here for a chance to tie this game. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete to end the drive. A turnover on downs here in the late stages of this game. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Leaning on the run game here. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd and long, but you'd expect another run here to try to bleed the clock. Off the RPO, caught to the right. They bring him down after a short gain there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Dropping back, it's Manning. Quick throw, testing the middle. The tight end makes the catch downfield. They've got him down, but the offense gets the first down they needed to just run the clock out.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
That's the kind of matchup you hope for, Kirk. This team came in higher ranked, respected. They were fully tested. They had to show how good they were to survive the upset here today.
And I really think that the coaches and the players, they love playing in these kind of games. You really are going to get tested. You find out what you're made out of, and these guys really met the challenge. I'm very, very impressed with the execution and how they played this game, and now they go to the next step.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.